Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, with our main topic today. Well, Egypt ranked the first in the world for tourist destinations in Africa for the year 2022, according to CNN Travel. Egypt also is in the 51st position globally in the Travel and Tourism Development Index for the year 2021. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with Dr. Yehia Abdul, Counselor of the Ministry of Tourism. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Well, sir, as I've just mentioned, Egypt is now classified as the first touristic destination in Africa for the year 2022, according to CNN Travel. What's your comment?
Well, really, the Ministry of Tourism has been conducting a vigorous strategy and campaign to promote travel to Egypt. You know, within the past 3 years, we nearly opened 6 new museums that are attracting, like millions of visitors locally, internationally as well. We have the museum in Sharm el-Sheikh, another one in Qader, which is privately owned, third one, Mummification Museum in Luxor, and in Kafr Sheikh, we opened a new museum last year. And the masterpiece really was Al-Fustat Museum for Civilization. And then at the Cairo airport, we have a showcase of Egyptian antiquities for travelers and transit passengers. And then finally, at the administrative capital, we have a sophisticated heritage museum. And the Greco-Roman Museum in Alexandria is being renovated and shortly is going to open its door to the public. So really, all these attractions, draw millions of visitors locally, regionally, and internationally, and that's why Egypt has been ranking as top in Africa, Middle East, and North Africa, and having a good ranking worldwide.
Yes, so sir, you've just mentioned now the museums that Egypt encompasses. Actually, during the past years, a large number of new museums were inaugurated under the directives of President Abdul al-Sisi. Also, there were some old museums that has been renovated or restored.
Definitely, yes, and remember, shortly, inshallah, we anticipate, like the Grand Egyptian Museum at the Giza Plateau will be opening the gates to the public, which is well anticipated, a long time. And as well as in next November, on November 4th, the whole world will be celebrating with Egypt the King Tut centennial, since, like the tomb in Valley of the Kings was discovered in 1922 by Howard Carter. So all this, and next to the great developments in Egypt, like we have new resorts in Sharm el-Sheikh, in Qader, in Marsa Alam, in Alamein, as well as downtown Cairo, like Al-Tahrir complex is going to be turned into a luxury hotel. And last week, like Luxor, there was a protocol for development of a five-star hotel that's going to accommodate 1,000, like visitors.
Yes.
So all these attractions really are building up to make Egypt a distinguished destination.
Yes, Dr. Abdul Qader, also this year and last year, there were a large number of discoveries, and especially the discoveries that took place in Saqqara district. Do you think that this was one of the main reasons that Egypt has been chosen as a touristic destination?
Definitely, yes. I missed, like mentioning this because for the past 2 years we had great discoveries, like in Dashur, Saqqara, in Elmenia, and Sharqiya, and in Western Greek-Roman ones in Western Alexandria. And remember, like last year, like when we had the opening of the Dubai Expo 2020, there was an Egyptian sarcophagus displayed at the Egyptian Pavilion, and there were visitors lining up by the thousands, and that made, like the Egyptian Pavilion in Dubai, like one of the leading exhibitions among, like 190 pavilions worldwide. So the pharaonic discoveries that we had extensively played a major role in making the Cairo Museum and antiquities as a must-see for visitors when they travel to Egypt. Yes.
Yes, Dr. Abdul Qader, there are efforts exerted by the government and under the directives of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Renovations and restorations are taking place all over Egypt, in all the historical places. And actually, we are witnessing a great leap in restoration work that is taking place during this year and nowadays in, for example, historic Cairo.
Yes, like in historical Cairo, Fatimid Cairo, Mamluk Cairo, and as well as in like downtown Cairo, like really, it has been like, like very appreciated worldwide by, like Egyptian, Arab international visitors. It gave a major facelift for Cairo, and if you go to, like downtown Khedive Cairo and Tahrir Square, you see has been uplifted, like, and that made it like a great attraction. As well as we have now like an excellent network of transportation. We have the new Sphinx Airport next to the Giza Plateau. The top airport has been renovated and open for business. And plus, all of us, we know about the sophisticated network of railways that links, like El Sokhna, for example, all the way to Alamein and Marsa Matruh. Another extension that travels from Cairo up to Mania, Syut, Sohag, Luxor, Aswan, and Abu Simbel. So this all is going to be like great assistance and promotion for travelers to travel in luxury and easily and safely all over Egypt.
Yes, Dr. Abdul Qader, Egypt is unique. It has a good atmosphere and the temperature here in Egypt is very good through the whole year. Actually, beside that, Egypt gained as the first touristic destination by the CNN Travel. This comes in addition to Egypt winning the second place as the best diving destination in the world for the year 2021, according to the British magazine Dive. What's your comment on this?
Well, really, like we've been endowed, like by natural attractions, like look at what stretches, beaches, like on resorts on the Red Sea, all the way, like from Sharm el-Sheikh up to Marsa Alam in Bernice. And the same thing, like on the Mediterranean, and we have the beautiful oasis, like in Kharga, Dakhla, and Siwa. And we have an excellent diving locations and, like wild travel at the Red Sea Mountains as well. So we have to again mention the great journeys, like and excursions and cruises all the way from Cairo on the Nile cruises up to Luxor and Aswan and beyond the dam. So that's why currently in Egypt we have the Arab Travel Media Forum, which is hosted by the Ministry of Tourism. And, like we have delegates of 20 Arab countries and Gulf states who are spending a whole week from the 17th of June to the 24th. They've been visiting the Khan al-Khalili, Old Cairo, and visiting the administrative capital. And currently they are in Alamein, like Marsa Matruh. And shortly they will be visiting Qader as well. So all travel, like associations and media representatives, bloggers, YouTubers, like influencers are going to spend 1 week in Egypt and transmit all the data and all the, like beautiful attractions of Egypt to their audiences in the press and digitally, like online as well. So this is a great display and a promotion for Egyptian history, attraction, integrated.
Yes, Dr. Abdul Qader, only 1 day ago, the Prime Ministry have announced easing restrictions on traveling rules to Egypt. So how do you see the importance of this?
This is, of course, like great initiative by His Excellency Prime Minister, because remember last year, the Secretary General of the WTO, like he came to Egypt twice, and he appreciated the regulations and rules that we applied, like to fight the epidemic. and Egypt was one of the earliest countries to open its resorts and destinations for world travel, and the whole world is following. So really, this is a great initiative by His Excellency that will ease travel and double the number of travelers to Egypt. We expect, inshallah, to score over 50 million visitors this year.
Yes, Dr. Abdul Qader, Egypt also became the 51st position globally in the Travel and Tourism Development Index for the year 2021. Could you give us your insight, or how do you read this?
Well, actually, the Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report, organized by the Davos, Economic Forum, they make, a survey of 120 countries. And Egypt ranked, 51st because it checked on the business environment, the price competitiveness, the tourist attractions, the cultural awareness, and availability of trained staff, and labor. That's why Mr. Nasser Fadli, one of the leading hoteliers in Egypt, is working hard to upskill and upgrade the skills of young men and women from hotel schools and, mass comm universities to join, the hotel and hospitality operations in Egypt. I remember just last Saturday met Tahrid Hussein, head of the Nile TV International. She won a prestigious award, at the Arab Travel Media Forum for the excellent work of the Nile TV, for the documentaries, for the talk shows, for the presentations they do. And Mr. Ahmed Qasim, a director at the same channel, he won another award. So this is really great promotion for Egyptian travel and media as well.
Thank you so much. Well, congratulations for them, of course. Dr. Abdul Qader, also the government gives complete support for the tourism sector here in Egypt, as it is one of the vital, of course, pillars of the Egyptian economy. Actually, it's one of the national incomes in if it's beside, of course, the Suez Canal. The challenges that was facing the whole world and the whole countries during the coronavirus pandemic, and also the global crisis witnessed by in the world by the Russia-Ukraine war.
Well, really, our government really has been anticipating, most of the crises that the world, whole world is experiencing now, the shortage in fuel, in corn and nutrition and food. So really, that's why we are faring, comfortably throughout this crisis, and really for the, some of the trouble that's going to be confronting, travel on worldwide, the IATA restrictions that we witnessed 2 years ago, and the results has been locked down. So really the strategy of our government is to anticipate and plan ahead and confront, most of these obstacles. Yes. That's why, inshallah, we'll be having an excellent season. And remember, next November, we celebrate King Tut Centennial, and in Sharm el-Sheikh will be managing one of the largest conferences, worldwide, which is the COP27, the climate change conference, managed by the UN, and Egypt is presiding over this. And this is going to be a great event. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of visitors, and the whole world media will be over there for a whole month at least.
Yes,
so this is really a great achievement for Egypt.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Dr. Yehia Abdul Qader, Counselor at the Ministry of Tourism. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for following me in this segment. My name is Amal Mukhtar. I leave you with the rest of the segments of The Breakfast Show.